Probably wondering why I'm showing ink pens next to a game call. What I'm doing is I'm making my own homemade lanyard for the Coyote Rage and the Dog Howler, which you probably watched a day or two ago in a video. So what I did is I started off with some braided rope, very thin. I don't know if you want to call that rope, or it's not twine. It's about a 1/16 inch, 3/32 in diameter. I got at Eastern Mountain Sports years ago. So what I did is I gently created some loops big enough to go around the diameter of the cawls. Then I want to emulate that spring effect. There's a spring here. On most game call lanyards, there's a spring which holds the tension and it sits in a groove. Well, I don't want to tear my good ink pens apart to rob the springs of them. So I went to the dollar store, bought a couple of pens. I'm going to rob the springs out of them. So I basically copied the length of the good lanyard. Coming down, I made 2 loops on the ends to fit over those game calls. With a little bit of room, probably 3/8, ½ inch to spare, maybe a 1/4 inch. And then I put one a little bit longer than the other. That way, shorter one will sit up top, the longer one will hang below. And what's nice about these flex tones, they're made out of like a rubberish elastic. I don't know what you want to call the material. So, unlike this one, which makes, this one that makes noises when you hit it. The flex tones, if you drop it against your gun, bow and arrow, your pistol, it doesn't make any sounds. There's just a dead sound. So anyways, let me get these pens torn apart, the springs out of them, slide down over the loops, and attached around the game calls, and I'll be right back. Springs a little bit smaller than I expected, but what you get for cheap pens, probably made in China. So anyways, got one on, had to fight with it, had to twist it, get it on there. Let me get the other one on and see what we end up with. Okay, so this loop that I made, don't tie your knots too tight, I just learned. I loosened it up, made the loop smaller, so spring tension's got more pressure on there. I'm going to loosen this one up, make this one, pull this one off, make this one tighter. So when the springs start to curl a little bit, then you know you got a good amount of pressure. That one could fall off and lose into the woods. I guess you could run some electrical tape, camouflage duct tape around it just as a safety measure. But anyways, I'm going to take up the slack on this one. But anyways, there you go. How to make a homemade, do-it-yourself lanyard. And one sits below, and then if that's around my neck, I just grab one, drop the other, and there's plenty of room so they clear each other. And hopefully they don't jingle and jangle. Nope, they won't. Just do your measurements and you'll do well.
In our east came the British, the red-coated band, to hang up our leaders and eat up our land. Oh, all to the rescue, for Satan shall work. No gain for the legions of Hampshire and York. They claim our possession, the pitiful knaves. The tribute we pay shall be prisons and graves. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. We owe no allegiance, we bow to no throne. Our ruler is law, and the law is our own. Our leaders themselves are our own fellow men, who can handle the sword and the scythe and the pen. Hurrah for Vermont, for the land that we till must have sons to defend her from valley and hill. Our vow is recorded, our banner unfurled. In the name of Vermont we defy all the world. Then cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. Then cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. Then cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer.
Thanks for viewing. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification for future videos. Thank you.